Thank you, Mr. Gorman. I wish to introduce Cliff Henry Mason II, member of the senior class, who will speak for the graduates.
I had actually kept this a secret from my parents for the past month, and last night at the parent dinner dance, waiting in line to take photographs with my parents, Michael Fear's mom walks up to me. "I heard you're giving the speech tomorrow. I'm really excited." And both my parents looked at me, and it was over. So. Good morning, and congratulations, fellow graduates. It has been a long, interesting, and oftentimes painful journey, but we did it with the help of our loved ones, and of course, our caring faculty who have challenged us to search for answers that did not always seem to be there. To all of the parents and family who have supported us throughout our academic endeavors, we especially thank you, and we appreciate your presence here today. Stonehill College, ladies and gentlemen, the place we have grown to call home over the past few years, the place we nurtured our inquisitive minds as students, the place many of us found our future husbands or wives, is also the place that many people refer to as Clone Hill. Many of you have been asked to look at the glass as half full rather than half empty at some point, right? Well, I'm going to make a similar request. Whenever you hear the term Clone Hill, I want you to reconsider whether or not that has a negative connotation. Because after today, I hope you all will realize that such a title is a compliment. Since outsiders may not look beyond surface appearances, many Stonehill students are given this label, but I implore you, don't be offended, because when people use the term Clone Hill, they are merely passing judgment on superficial and surface attributes. Sadly, their purely subjective, uninformed eye misses what we are all about. Luckily, we know Stonehill carries much more meaning. Though my fellow Skyhawks and I share similarities, our differences are paramount to the true Stonehill community that we created together. Each student has faced challenges and rigors in their respective academic fields that will prepare them for what they will face after Stonehill. For instance, a healthcare administration major who has worked diligently on a project aimed at providing awareness for undetected medical conditions will naturally have had a different experience than a biochemistry major who has completed a project testing the characterization of biomolecules. In this manner, we could replicate the experiences of each student who has not only mastered his or her own individual fields of knowledge, but has also gained a comprehensive educational background that comes with the Stonehill Liberal Arts degree. In this sense, Clone Hill is as positive as the glass half full. We are half full from our experiences here, with the potential to make it to the brim. We could also translate these challenges to athletics. For example, a member of our 2007 conference champion hockey team, or a member of our 2007 national champion women's rugby team with 6 a.m. practices would naturally have had a different experience than a student with no athletic commitments. Granted, biochemistry majors, hockey, and rugby players might express occasional stress from all the pressure placed on them, especially with the pressing time constraints. However, Stonehill students have learned to welcome this adversity, whether in the classroom, on the track, on the court, or on the field, and overcome it. Characteristics like these are what set us Clone Hill students apart from every other school in the country. We welcome challenges in the classroom and on the field, and this is why Stonehill was nationally recognized by the NCSA in 2006 for our rarity in academic excellence coupled with athletic superiority. However, this is but a microscopic fraction of the way we as Stonehill graduates have grown and been influenced during our time here. But outsiders who may negatively refer to us as Clone Hill neglect to inquire as to what occurs inside of these buildings. We are different in 2,200 different ways, with each 2,200 different students carrying a world within their own minds and hearts. What I say next may surprise you. If a person were to ask me what occurs within the academic buildings here at Stonehill, I would have to concede to the point that we may in fact be clones, with students from homes as far west as California to as far east as Maine, to students who reside here on campus and those who commute. Our academic community may not seem to fit this Clone Hill title. However, I believe the term clones to be the epitome of a paradox a contradictory statement which presents a truth. Though we are from different backgrounds, we have one uniting similarity that has enabled us to overcome our differences in strength. And that similarity is community. We are a community of young people seeking to share our values and experiences with the rest of the world. Therefore, we must not consider this Stonehill title to be of a derogatory nature. Rather, we should accept it as a compliment. Allow me to explain this further. We all chose Stonehill College over thousands of other schools for a reason. We realized that Stonehill College would not only best fulfill our academic requirements, but we also knew that Stonehill College would best mold us into the men and women that we have become. We all made that choice. Thus, the critics are correct. For whatever the reason, we all mimicked each other's decision to attend Stonehill College. But this mimicry has changed us into a community. As I mentioned earlier, outsiders who refer to us as Stonehill often fail to look past certain surface attributes that accompany every school. However, our connection runs much deeper than a Vera Bradley handbag or an American Eagle popped collar. I have a question for all the graduates. How many of you can attribute to Professor Dolan's creative process course a revolutionized method in reinvigorating your imagination? And how many of you have worked on a paper in the Stanger Computer Lab past 2 a.m. on consecutive nights? I have one last question. How many of you have been in a hurry to get to a class or a meeting, but still decided to wait an extra 5 to 10 seconds to hold the door open for the person walking behind you? I hope everyone is beginning to notice the same trend that I did when I was searching for an interesting speech topic. Outsiders observing us are not afforded the opportunity to witness these acts of academic challenge and community. These acts, which truly epitomize the character of a Stonehill student. We are clones because we all share those intrinsic qualities unique only to a Stonehill student. All of us share a particular ambition. It may sound cliche, but we have attended Stonehill College to become the future leaders of America, citizens with a critical mind and an open heart. Regardless of whether you aspire to be a criminal prosecutor who uses the law to promote justice, or a teacher using a piece of chalk to instill knowledge in the upcoming generations, or even a social worker who encourages youth to stay positive and realize that their life is meaningful. No matter what you hope to do, Stonehill has prepared you for a life of service to your community, country, and whether you thought of it in this way or not, we do all seek to successfully leave a lasting impression in the hearts of everyone we have encountered and will encounter. This is what we should consider to be the true meaning of success. In the eyes of God, we are all equally successful when we accomplish our goals with dignity and respect, with values which have been instilled in us at this institution. As the banners so accurately read when entering and leaving campus, Stonehill College, we are of many minds who have one purpose. And that one purpose, ladies and gentlemen, is excellence. Excellence of mind and heart. So the next time you hear someone say, "Oh, you went to Stonehill," you can smile and respond with conviction. Why, yes, actually that is pretty accurate, because we are of many minds. But we do all aspire to fulfill that same purpose, to be citizens of the world with a critical mind and an open heart. Thank you, Stonehill, for educating our minds and our hearts. And thank you all very much. And congratulations, class of 2007.
Thank you, Mr. Mason.